Hello class, this is a little screencast to help you as you start your IBC companies and run your IBC companies, and to help you as you create records that will aid in the decision-making process. So in this module we're going to talk about record keeping in subsidiary ledgers. Some of you are scared of the term subsidiary ledgers because it sounds like an accounting term, which it is, but a subsidiary ledger can actually provide a great deal amount of data that can be used in making decisions for the future. A subsidiary ledger is usually used to contain or track detailed information that is then summarized and put on the general ledger or the financial statements. It can be set up for virtually any account, but in most cases it's set up for where there's accounts with a high transaction volume or a lot of detail is needed. Some of the most common subsidiary accounts that are set up is for the sales ledger to track your sales, what kind of products are being sold. You know, if you're running, say, a food company and you just have sales for the day, it'd be helpful to know, how much you're selling of hot chocolate versus donuts versus cookies or whatever it is you're selling. You'd want to be able to have a detailed ledger that can track that type of information so you can make decisions on maybe the ramp up of certain products or maybe the non-sale of certain products if you're trying to decide what should be dropped. So the most common areas are the sales ledger, accounts receivable ledger, the fixed asset ledger, inventory ledger, purchases ledger, and accounts payable ledger. Most large companies have subsidiary ledgers to track all of this information in detail. However, in your IBC company, what you will probably use is some type of sales ledger to track your sales. You'll also probably have a simple fixed asset ledger that's just going to track your equipment and the fixed assets that you have. Inventory, this will be one where you need to be able to track it well, especially if you're running a food company. You have a lot of inventory coming in and out, and the ability to track your inventory will help you as you're making cost analysis and decisions as to where to price your products. Purchasing ledger, you probably won't have that, and then the accounts payable ledger. You probably won't have that either. But basically the subsidiary ledgers create information that is then brought up into the general ledger. So you can see where you have the detailed information like accounts receivable or inventory, bolts, nuts, pipes, screws, washers, whatever that you have on inventory. That all flows into one number on the general ledger. And then you've got property, plant, equipment, and accounts payable. Subsidiary ledgers can provide information as you're making decisions, such as why are we using or losing so much food in our restaurant. If you track what type of food is being lost or how it's being lost, it can help you in your operations as you present your products in a way that can reduce the cost and avoid waste and spoilage. Another area where subsidiary ledgers can help you is actually in the inventory management area. If you're making something or manufacturing something, you want to know where things are in the manufacturing process. You have raw materials that are sitting idle, that they can be developed and worked on or painted or refined or whatever. To a finished good area, you may have inventory that's actually in your kiosk or booth being ready for sale. So it's important to track this, and a subsidiary ledger can help you track that, especially if there's any type of lead time in your operations process that's necessary. Finally, all this information is used to create the financial statements, the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. It is critical to keep this information and keep historical copies of this information in a way that you can go back and review and analyze. And then this information then is consolidated into the 3 financial statements that will be presented to your board of directors at the board meetings. Hope that's helpful, and good luck.